Okay, hi friends. Hi friends. All right, welcome. This might be a little quiet today, but we'll see how this goes. I had a microphone, but some little people that I live with stole it, so I don't know where it went. Okay, so let's start. Let's start today. All right, so what I want to talk about today is a concept quote. I couldn't find the exact quote. I've heard this before. I've lived really not lived my life this way, but I've always gone back to this quote because I feel like it helps so much. And again, like I said, I don't know if it's necessarily a quote or just an idea, but when I looked it up, um, there was a couple people who talked about it, but I couldn't find the exact quote. But anyway, so just so I'm clear on that, I did not make this up. I don't want to misquote anyone. So I will make sure I put notes in the details in the notes. But so the idea is the hard path leads to the easy life. The easy path leads to the hard life. And I'll say that a few different ways. So to reverse it, the easy path leads to the hard life. The hard path leads to the easy life. So when I first had heard that, didn't really make sense. This is something that had to fully land for me. I had to, it was one of those things that kept coming back. I kept coming back to it. And then I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. That makes so much sense. This is something that can be applied to several different areas of your life, all different areas of your life, as this work always does, right? How we are in one thing is how we are in everything. So anything that we're using here or practicing or working on can be applied to different areas of our life. That's why we can pull out examples. That's why we can work in one area of our life and then it trickles into all these other areas of our lives. So this is something that we can practice. This is something that we can go back to. This is something that you can hear too. That's why this kind of stuff is so good. Listening and letting things just be open to receiving, because you can hear something and then it can come back later on down the road in your life and you remember and you're like, oh wow, like that really makes sense. That totally landed. This is also why I think it's so important that when we go out into the world and we need to realize that we are impacting other people by how we show up, because we maybe not even inspire someone in the moment by little things that we do, and what we do, we can inspire someone and change someone down the road. So anyway, this theory, right? And I've heard it also when I went to look it up, it was also Jerzy Gregorek. I'm not sure who that is, but he said it as hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. So same type of theory. Tim Ferris also apparently has referenced this point in a TED Talk. So your hard choices, your hard path is going to lead you to the easy life, the life that you want to be living. The easy choices, the easy path, usually the in the moment choices, are going to lead to the hard life, right? And some examples of this would be fitness, your fitness journey, or money, your money journey, or relationships, right? Your significant other, who you're going to end up with, your relationship with yourself, the way you work through things, the way you see your life, dealing with things in your life, dealing with grief, dealing with loss, dealing with where you are in your life, the path that you're on, right? This can be relatable to everything. Because what happens is when we take the easy path, when we take the quick choices, when we make the easy choices, it's prolonging things. It's leading to a harder path down the road, right? So take fitness, for example. We'll use that one as the first example. If you're making the easy choices, right? Maybe the choices that you want, okay? The easy choices are the choices that you want. You want to be eating the chocolate cake in that moment. That's the easy choice, right? How is that going to lead you down the line? That's going to be the harder path then. Harder to maybe reach your fitness goals, or harder to maybe even not feel good later, right? Eating chocolate cake, maybe not feel good later. Harder down the road, because the more often you make those easy choices, the harder it's going to get. Eating chocolate cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day, week after week, is going to lead you further away from the goals that you actually want. And then it's going to be harder and harder and harder to get back to where you actually want to be, right? That's a small, simple example. And again, that can be applied to anything. That's why I love this work so much, because it can be applied to everything. You can make it as simple as you want. You can make it as simple as possible. Practice it on your chocolate cake journey, practice it on your fitness journey, and then allow it to settle into other areas of your life, settle into your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your long-term goals, your financial goals, right? All these things that you want to be creating in your life. This is a practice. So this theory, this quote, whatever we want to call it, I like the idea of theory, because you can find the words that work best for you, find what works best for you and what lands and what makes sense as far as making easy choices to lead to the hard path, or making the hard choices, doing the hard things that are leaving you and leading you to the easy path, to the life that you actually want, right? So when we use another example of this, could be relationships, I think, or the relationship, right? The main relationship that you're in, your significant other. I think there's so many people out there who have possibly settled or have gotten into a relationship too soon, or have, maybe aren't in the relationship they want to be in, or, the other person's not giving back what they seem to be getting, right? You're not happy in your main relationship. So why is that, and where did that come from? Maybe waiting to be in a relationship until you do this work on yourself, until you heal yourself, to get to that point till you're ready, till you're fully ready, you're fully authentically yourself. And not that you're ever not going to have to do that work, but doing that hard work first, healing yourself first, not just jumping into a relationship to use as a band-aid, right? We're lonely, so we get into a relationship. This is the first guy that comes along, so we get into a relationship. This is easy, it's comfortable, it doesn't take work, it's an easy relationship, right? We've all been in those, we've all seen those. Comfortable, settling. It's hard work to be vulnerable, to allow yourself to open up, to allow yourself to fully love someone. That's the hard work. That's the hard work. The easy work, leading to the harder path down the line, the easy work is settling, right? Just letting, okay, this works for now. This is comfortable. I'm not out of my comfort zone. I don't have to open up too much. I'm being fake. I don't have to fully be myself, right? Right, whatever it is, that's the easy stuff. That's the easy work, the easy way. And how's that going to lead down the line? Are you going to be happy 5 years from now when you're being fake, when you're comfortable, when you're bored? Are you going to be happy 10 years from now when you're, getting a divorce or something? And I'm just using this as a complete example, right? We can see this. We can see this maybe in ourselves, in any relationship we've had. We can see it in other areas of our life. We can apply it to other things. But this is how it works. When we're doing the easy choices, when we're taking the easy path, where is that going to lead us down the line? When we're taking the easy path of avoidance, avoiding doing the work on ourselves, avoiding being truthful with ourselves, that's easy. Avoiding is easy, right? That's the easy part. But where is that going to leave us? We're going to stuff everything down inside. Everything's going to get put off even longer. It's going to come out in other ways, in our health, in our other relationships, in our lives. We're holding back, we're holding in, right? We're not being fully authentic. We're not being ourselves, right? The work is the way out. The work is work. It's hard. The work is the way. It's the way through. And it's never the easy path. It's never the easy path, right? The work is hard. Showing up vulnerably in a relationship is hard. Healing ourselves before we're getting into that relationship is hard. Not using outside things as a band-aid is hard. Not like wanting all the things trying to make us happy, wanting the relationship to try to make us happy, wanting the money, the business, XYZ, whatever it is to make us happy, wanting the job to make us happy. It's never the external things. Maybe that's the easy part, because what are we avoiding? The easy part is getting those external things and trying to satisfy what we're missing. The easy part is quickly rushing into a relationship. The easy part is eating the chocolate cake in the moment. The hard part is having the discipline. The hard part is doing the work. The hard part is waiting, right? Waiting. We do not like to wait. We do not like to wait as humans, especially in this world. We do not like to wait, right? So and this is a question you can ask yourself, where are your easy choices leading you? Where are your current easy choices leading you? And then where can you make the hard decisions? Where can you take the hard path now in order to get to the easy road, in order to get to the easy life? There is no other way, right? Guys, we can't rush the process. We can't rush the work. We can't skip the work, because then it does come back to bite us in the ass, right? If you've ever avoided anything, it always comes back around. You have to deal with it tenfold later. I'm sure you can think of a million examples of that, right? Laundry can be an example. I don't know, that's the first one that pops up in my head. Something so simple, right? You're avoiding it and it's piling up. That happens in your relationships. That happens in your life. That happens all over the place. How you are in one thing is how you are in everything. What conversations are you avoiding? Getting through those hard things to get to the easy part, right? Conversations, having the hard, tough conversations to clear the path with someone, right? Having a really tough conversation to clear the path with someone, then instead of letting it bubble up, instead of sitting on it, instead of letting it be stuck inside, and then down the line it comes out 10 times worse. It comes out in other ways. You're pushing that other person away, right? This can be applied to everything. I love this. I love this theory. This can be applied to so many things, and it can be applied on the long term. Where's your goals? What are your goals? Where are you going? What decisions are you making to get there? And the little choices, the chocolate cake, the everyday things. What decisions are you making? What choices are you making each day that are the easy choices? Are you making the easy choices, or are you making the hard choices? These are little questions to be asking yourself every single day, right? These are questions to be sitting down with and asking yourself, journaling on, and looking at the whole picture of your life. Where have you taken the easy road? And where did that lead you? Where can you take now moving forward the hard road? Or now is it going to be the harder road because you chose those easy choices? Right, you guys, is this landing? Is this landing? I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because like I said, this for me, I was always thinking like, was almost like a relief hearing this, kind of hearing this theory. Like, okay, if I was going through something hard, if I was struggling, I was knowing that was the way through, that was the way to the easier path, right? It's a kind of a relief statement when you're struggling. It's also a reminder and checking in with yourself, asking yourself what you're doing in the moment, what you're doing right now, what choices you're making right now, and where are those leading you, right? So how can we go about this in our everyday life? How can we look at this as the larger path, as the whole? And what I'll do is post some journal questions as well that you can go through with these. And I feel like there was something else, but I totally lost it. But just to wrap around, start applying this work to your daily life. Start applying this theory, right? And this is a practice. This is one thing that you can be doing, one thing that you can be practicing, one thing that you can check in with yourself with. It doesn't have to be hard. It gets to be easy, the easy path. Actually, it is hard, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a stressful thing that you're putting on yourself about doing these practices and doing this work. This is something that you can check in on a regular basis. You can ask yourself these long-term questions. You can practice it in a small way, and then it will start to trickle out in the big way, guys, because this is it, right? And think about your life as a whole, or think about someone who you look up to, someone who's successful. Like, most likely they did not have an easy path. It's the hard path. It's the hard work. And that's what's going to make you grow as well. That's going to what is going to make you grow and up level to become and be the person that you need to be in order to get to that place, because you have to go through these things. You have to go through these tough things in order to get to be the person you need to be to have this life that you want, your future self, this person, right? So doing the hard work, taking the hard path, right? And I love just thinking about this in your daily routine and how this can be so simple, right? It can be so simple applied to one thing and then trickling down to everything. This is the way, you guys. This is just the way to live. All right, so I know there was something else that I was missing there. Again, I don't have notes today. I just kind of went off my head. And if there's anything else, I can add it. And as always, if anything comes up, I would love to hear comments. I would love to hear anyone's anything they got out of this. I'll post some journal questions on here, and let's use this theory to apply to our life, to apply to our everyday life in order to grow, in order to become the best possible version of ourselves, because that is what we want. We all want that, right? We all want our dream fulfilled life. So how can you take the hard path in order to get to the easy life and the life that you want? All right, you guys,